Hey guys, it's DT and welcome to a very uncanny assembly video. That's right, today we are putting together the XM Studios X-Men VS Sentinel Diorama. So if you're coming from my full review over on EvanTube HD, you've probably already seen the condensed version of this assembly. However, I thought I'd make a longer video in case you guys wanted to see me struggle putting this guy together. So as you can see, we've got some of the Sentinel pieces here on the table. Not everything could fit. We've got some things on the floor, other things over there in the boxes still. So this is gonna be one massive statue. Here we have my custom homemade 60-inch turntable. And this thing right now is on top of my 24-inch motorized Lazy Susan. So that thing was only rated for 150 pounds. The Sentinel statue is close to 200, and this tabletop is probably another 50 pounds. So we're easily over that limit. So I have to be careful putting this thing together, not only to burn out my original turntable, but also to make sure this table doesn't collapse. Okay, so we're gonna start off with a humongous base. It comes in many different parts, 3 large ones and then smaller ones around it. All right, so we got the first one here on the floor. I think this is the middle section. So I'll put it somewhere in the middle. I might have to adjust this once we put the other pieces on. And then the next one, oh, this one's pretty heavy. This one actually keys into the side of the first one. On the assembly video, there were 2 guys putting this thing together. I don't even know if it's possible for one guy to do it by himself. So it looks like the base is gonna be curving around here. I might have to move it over. One of the things I wanna make sure is that the center of gravity of the statue is right over the center of the original turntable, and that way things won't tip over. All right, so the next piece, I believe, goes here. That one doesn't really key in, it just butts up against it. It's a little bit off center at the moment. So I'm gonna have to shift this whole thing over. Oh, man, I can't even move the bases. Oh. We got that over. Let's see this one. Let's make sure everything lines up. Here you go, here's a look at the base. As you can see, it is huge. So right now the motor can handle the base and the tabletop, but we still have a huge Sentinel to put on, so keep our fingers crossed. All right, so we got a massive Sentinel leg here. This thing is huge. And that one keys in over here. However, you need to put together the other Sentinel and the leg and then somehow key it into that. All right, I don't know if I want to attempt this myself. I think I'm gonna call in one of the kids. Jill!
All right, I'm here. What do you need?
All right, so I got this huge body and leg that I need to put here.
Oh my gosh.
All right, get a good hold on that. And then you're gonna put it in here, and then we'll lower the whole thing onto the base. So if you hold it close to your body, it's easier to lift. Whoa! All right. So that fit in rather nicely. This is like a big, more than a big child. It's like a small adult. See the opening right here where his leg keys in? See if you can get it in there. Make sure it goes in the hole. All right, there we go.
All right, we got it. Now.
All right, so now we gotta lower it on.
All right. I don't mind that.
Whoa. All right. I think you're good. Thank you. Thank you, lovely assistant. See you later. So we were able to get it in. There is a slight gap on the side here, so I don't want to mess with it too much now. Once we get it into its final spot, I'll play with it a little bit more, see if we can kind of tighten things up a little bit, but for now, here it is. So this arm's got a giant peg. It's also got a hole right here, and there's a hole on the top of his shoulder where one of these metal pins goes in. I almost forgot about this. I had to go back into the box and find it, but there are 2 of these metal pins, and once it gets inserted, the pins lock it into position because these things are heavy. See where that hole is? Line up the hole, slide the pin in. pin locks it in place. All right, so that arm's not going anywhere. Without that pin, I'd be very scared, but the pin goes through both the arm and the torso, so it is now locked into place. Grab the other arm, which is heavier than the other arm, and grab the second pin, which is gonna do the same thing. Man, I might need a step stool to put this thing together. All right, slide that into place, and pin slides in. Right now the pins are exposed. However, we've got these shoulder pieces, and I think they cover them up pretty well. All right, yep, and I can't even see the pin now. Pin is hidden. There's a key in right here. There is a magnet. It does make me a little scared. I guess if we're not gonna bump into it, it should be fine. This one I'm a little less concerned about because of its position, but this piece, because it's so much on the side, gravity could pull it out. Let's hope it doesn't. Next, I guess we can stick his head on. His head goes in like that. We've got his little core. All right, it's easier if I can actually see where this thing goes. And then we have all these different light ups. There are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 of them. Each of them had 3 batteries each. And all of them have these little switches which you have to remove the piece in order to turn on. So that's kind of a bummer, but I probably won't be using it all that much. So I made the mistake of taking all of these out of the package, and now I don't really know which one goes where. I can't really follow the video, so I have to kind of just jigsaw puzzle it and find where it fits. That one looks like it should go here, but it's not going in. These two look exactly the same. All right, we got one. One goes on the other side. So there are 2 for each leg. Got one there. This one is not going in very well. So I'm trying to put this piece into the side of his leg here, but it doesn't want to go in all the way. And there's 2 pieces, they're almost the same. Let's try them on this side. All right, so that one fits in. Let me see if the other piece works as well. All right, so they're identical pieces, it looks like. They both fit into this keyhole, but the one on the outside does not want to fit. Then we have all the ones for his arms. So finding all of these later to turn the power on is going to be a challenge. It goes there, and the other one goes up here. All right, so all of those fit on pretty nicely, except for this one for the leg. I think we need to set up the rest of the base to kind of balance it out right now. So this piece right here, I believe it goes up in front here. These other base pieces, I guess you can pretty much stick them anywhere you want. I think this one right here is meant to go in front. There's a little rounded corner. And this piece has a rounded part too, so I think it goes up against here. And we have these purple pieces. Just attach those parts right here. There's still a lot of weight to go onto this statue. So here we have the fire hydrant. Guess that thing just keys in over here. Colossus. We can have the one-on-one battle with Colossus here. He's just gonna key in. Gotta make sure this guy doesn't rub. He does have this little plastic piece on his hand, leading me to believe that he is supposed to be making contact with the hand. However, there is a pretty big gap here where the hand and Colossus are. I don't know if there's any fix to that. He is keyed in all the way on the base, and the Sentinel arm I don't think can go down any lower. Bishop here keys in to the leg. Then we need to add his arms. Pop his head on. Now let's see if we can set up Jubilee. Jubilee's gonna go into this base. We have her arm. the powers. You can pretty much position her wherever you like, near or far. Then we've got Psylocke over here on her own little base. Put the sword in her hand. Her head, sash. And then her psionic blade. And I forgot this part on Bishop. We need to actually put it on before we put his head on. There's actually a little key in his shoulder. And then his head goes on top. Gives him a little bit more action, more movement. Okay, then we have our Nimrod. And I don't believe Nimrod has any kind of keys or magnets. He just kind of lies on the bottom. So you can kind of position him wherever you like. The other leg. This part kind of looks like a zombie crawling on the ground. All right, so I got Nimrod set up there on the bottom. Looks like he's just been cut in pieces. All right, guys, I got the step stool out because I can't get to the top without it. Start off with Beast. He goes on the back. There's a nice key in there for his left foot. All right, and finally we have Archangel. If you guys saw the unboxing, you'll know that I ran into a little breakage issue with one of the wings, but I glued that back together. He just has a little key here on his heel, and that's gonna go way up here. And he just goes in like that. He definitely adds a lot to the height of this piece. I guess if you had some trouble with the height, you could leave him off. We have some of his metal shards. There's a long one and two shorter ones. I needed a little light to see where that hole was. And so it looks like the flat part's supposed to be facing out. So I couldn't get one of these little shards to fit into his shoulder. I think I might need to clean out the little peg hole. So I'm just gonna leave this out for now. Okay guys, so here it is. There were some issues with things not quite fitting. I just kind of put this piece on just so it looks a little bit better. Hopefully I can get a piece that fits from XM. Moment of truth, we're gonna try out the motor. We'll see if it can handle the 200 plus pounds of this statue. This thing was crazy to set up, but obviously a very impressive piece. Uh-oh, uh-oh. Keep going, you can do it. It needed some help there. There we go. If you guys haven't seen the full review yet, make sure to check it out on EvanTube HD. And if you have seen that one, but you're just coming over here to support this channel, thank you very much. So I'm actually gonna go film that review right now, and then I have to go ahead and disassemble this whole thing to set it up in my office. I don't even wanna think about that right now. But thanks again for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and we'll see you guys next time. Bye-bye.